Would I die from not rubbing alcohol on my fingers? Another way of doing things. I went to the pharmacy yesterday night to get some stock of test strips for my glucose meter, and then they told me that the B Brown glucose meter has been discontinued in Malaysia. Why, I wondered, as it was the only glucose meter that was more accurate and stable than many of the glucose meters I've used. In fact, I did a YouTube video about this about a year ago. The B Brown glucose meter has two batteries. This means that it would not be sensitive to the fluctuation in battery voltages. After some experimentation, I found out that the old batteries give low glucose readings and the fresh batteries give higher blood sugar readings. This I traced to the decaying voltage supply from the old batteries. I even found out that the morning fasting blood sugar level can vary from glucose meter to glucose meter. The variation can be as large as 2 millimoles per liter or 36 milligrams per deciliter. That was horrid. How do you know whether your measured blood sugar level is right if there is so much variation from glucose meter to glucose meter? Having done this experiment a year ago, I just refused to use a glucose meter that uses only one battery. My pharmacist did not have any other brand that used two batteries, so I checked out the other pharmacies. Another pharmacy had a glucose meter that used two batteries. Unfortunately, when I decided to pay for it, the pharmacist said that I could not buy the test strips alone. I had to buy the test strips with alcohol swabs and needles to pierce the skin. What? For the past 3.5 years as a diabetic, I've been buying test strips without any alcohol or needles. Why was this new condition imposed now? This was what the pharmacists wanted me to use. Their test strips and their alcohol swabs, not what I had. Would I be forced to use the alcohol swabs if I had my own? Would I be forced to use their needle to prick my finger even though I had my own? Why do I have to pay for more stuff that I do not need? I checked back on the need for alcohol and found out that alcohol does kill bacteria and the coronavirus, provided there is 70% alcohol in the hand sanitizer. What are they using in the shops? What are they using in the shops and supermarkets today? I don't think they supply hand sanitizer with 70% alcohol content, do they? Many brands of hand sanitizers only claim to kill off most of the bacteria, but none that I know of claim that they can kill off the virus. According to published papers, see the links in the description below, alcohol has to be present for 30 seconds to kill off the virus. That means a few seconds of rubbing with an alcohol swab will not be that effective. So why force us to buy the alcohol swabs and the needles? I can understand doctors and nurses using alcohol swabs before injecting you because they work in a highly contagious and infectious environment. So alcohol swabs are very important for them. I work at home. There are no visitors. The home environment is clean and no infections floating around in the air. Cleaning your hands with soap and water is very effective. at removing any particles or containing germs that have been lodged in your fingers. I can testify to this, as I've been using soap and water to clean my hands for about 3.5 years as a diabetic. Many times I've used the same freaking needle every day for a week or two before discarding it. Nothing has happened to me. Have you heard of people being rushed to the hospital, emergency center because they pricked their fingers and caught an infection? I haven't. I would suspect that the pharmacies are trying their best to create more sales by forcing you to purchase the alcohol swabs and their needles. I won't be surprised that they are charging us about 5 ringgit to 10 ringgit. That is about $1.25 US to about $2.50 US. Extra. Where does this extra waste material end up in? In your landfills. Don't the pharmacies know that there is a lockdown and many have lost their jobs or taken pay cuts? Shouldn't the pharmacies not burden us with extra cost? I bet you my last dollar they have discontinued sales of glucose meters with 2 batteries because they are more expensive for the pharmacies to stock. The glucose meters with 1 battery are cheaper, so the pharmacies can make huge profits selling them. What is really bad is that I suspect they tell you no stock for 3 months. Then after 3 months, they will bring it back into the shops at a higher price. They can increase the price by 20%, 30% or more. That is because they want to make more profits. This is a very common tactic carried out by many shops, retailers and manufacturers and wholesalers in Malaysia. Worse still, the whole system is fraught with bad solutions. Remember those days when they gave you the glucose meters for free? Their aim was to make money selling you the test strips. It's about 1 ringgit 40 cents or US 35 cents per test strip. It's very high price to pay if you are using them every day for the rest of your life. Worse still, the test strips don't cure you of diabetes or anything else. So why am I using them? Unfortunately for the pharmacists, I think many others have come to the same conclusion. Like many others, I woke up to the reality of the cost of the test strips about 6 months ago. For the last 6 months, I have not carried out any blood sugar glucose meter tests at home. I saved a lot of money. I restarted yesterday because I am changing my diet and I want to know how my blood sugar will vary with the new diet. Because I'm trying to find a cure for diabetes, which I don't think anyone else is working on. I assure you that the moment I can verify the new diet is an improvement, I will stop using the glucose meters.